Have you ever laid down to sleep only to feel like your legs have a mind of their own? Like they're crawling, twitching, or just begging to move? That frustrating sensation could be more than just discomfort. It could be Restless Legs Syndrome, or RLS. And it's not just an annoyance. It's a silent body killer that could be wrecking your sleep, your energy, and even your long-term health without you realizing it. In this video, we're diving deep into 5 real reasons your restless legs might be keeping you up at night. Some of these causes might shock you, and a few may already be affecting you without you even knowing it. From nutrient deficiencies to hidden lifestyle habits, we're going to uncover the silent saboteurs of your sleep. Before we get started, if you care about your body and want more straight-to-the-point tips on hidden health issues, body signals, and how to take control of your well-being, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We drop videos every week that help you fight back against the stuff your body is silently suffering through. All right, let's jump into the first reason, one that's surprisingly common. Let's start with one of the most overlooked causes of restless legs iron deficiency. You might think iron just affects energy levels or causes anemia, but it actually plays a major role in how your brain controls movement. Here's how it works. Your brain needs dopamine, a chemical messenger, to help regulate muscle activity. Think of dopamine like a traffic light system. It tells your muscles when to stop and go. But for dopamine to work properly, your brain also needs enough iron. Without enough iron, your dopamine signals get thrown off, leading to misfiring in the nerves and that irresistible urge to move your legs. Low brain iron levels have been strongly linked to restless legs syndrome. Even if your iron in the blood looks normal, your brain levels of iron might be too low, and that's what really matters for RLS. What causes low iron? There are a few silent triggers: not getting enough iron-rich foods like red meat, beans or spinach, blood loss from heavy periods or internal bleeding, poor absorption due to gut issues like celiac disease or Crohn's, chronic inflammation or frequent use of certain medications. And here's the kicker: iron deficiency can exist without you feeling tired or looking pale. That's why RLS can sneak up on you. If you suspect low iron, don't guess. Ask your doctor for a ferritin test. This measures your iron stores, not just what's floating in your bloodstream. Optimal ferritin for brain health is often higher than what labs call normal. The good news? When iron levels are corrected either through diet or supplementation, restless legs syndrome symptoms often improve dramatically. So if your legs are keeping you up at night, your body might just be screaming for more iron. If iron is the fuel, dopamine is the engine. When your dopamine system gets thrown off track, your legs might start to rebel, especially when you're trying to sleep. So what is dopamine exactly? It's a chemical messenger that helps control movement, mood, and motivation. But one of its most important jobs is regulating signals between your brain and muscles. In people with restless legs syndrome, researchers have found clear signs that dopamine activity in the brain isn't working the way it should. Here's the kicker. Dopamine naturally drops in the evening, right around the time most people get hit with that intense leg discomfort. That's why restless legs syndrome tends to flare up just when you're trying to relax or drift off to sleep. Several things can mess with your dopamine balance: chronic stress, which drains dopamine over time; lack of sleep, which reduces dopamine receptor sensitivity; poor diet, especially low-protein or high-sugar diets. Even some medications like antipsychotics and certain antidepressants can block dopamine function. It's not just about having enough dopamine, it's about how sensitive your brain is to it. Think of it like this. If your phone is on low volume, you might still be getting calls, but you can't hear them. That's what happens when your brain stops responding to dopamine properly. There are also genetic factors. Some people are simply born with dopamine systems that are more prone to dysfunction. That doesn't mean you're stuck with RLS forever, but it does mean you might need to be more proactive about supporting your dopamine health. So, what can help? Foods high in tyrosine, an amino acid found in chicken, eggs and cheese, can support dopamine production. Regular exercise and exposure to morning sunlight can boost dopamine levels naturally. And getting enough quality sleep, ironically, also helps regulate dopamine systems. Bottom line, if your legs are going haywire every night, your brain's dopamine system could be quietly misfiring behind the scenes. Sometimes, restless legs aren't just about your legs. They're a warning sign of something deeper going on in your body. Several chronic health conditions are known to trigger or worsen restless leg syndrome. And in many cases, RLS is just the tip of the iceberg. One major culprit is chronic kidney disease. When your kidneys aren't filtering waste properly, toxins build up in your bloodstream. That buildup can irritate the nerves and disrupt dopamine production, leading to restless legs. In fact, studies show that restless leg syndrome is more common and often more severe in people on dialysis. Next up is diabetes. High blood sugar damages nerves over time, a condition known as diabetic neuropathy. This nerve damage can make your legs feel numb, tingling or itchy, classic sensations that fuel the urge to move. And since diabetes can also affect iron levels and dopamine pathways, it creates a perfect storm for restless leg syndrome. Another condition closely tied to restless leg syndrome is Parkinson's disease, which directly involves the brain's dopamine system. Many people with Parkinson's also experience restless leg syndrome, and it's not a coincidence they share the same disrupted pathways in the brain. But it doesn't stop there. Other conditions like multiple sclerosis, peripheral neuropathy, spinal cord injuries, and even thyroid problems have all been linked to restless legs. These health issues often go undiagnosed for years. RLS might be the first sign something is off. If your legs are keeping you up at night, and you also have unexplained fatigue, numbness, or other strange body symptoms, it might be time for a deeper health check. What can you do? If you have one of these conditions, managing it aggressively can help reduce or eliminate RLS symptoms. That means keeping blood sugar in check if you're diabetic, supporting kidney health through proper hydration and diet, and working with a doctor to balance dopamine in Parkinson's or other neurological disorders. RLS is often a symptom, not the root cause. Treat the underlying condition and you may just silence those restless legs for good. Here's a surprising twist. Some of the very things you take to feel better might be making your restless legs worse. Yep, certain medications and substances can trigger or intensify RLS symptoms, especially if your body is already on edge. Let's start with the most common medication culprits. Antidepressants, especially SSRIs and SNRIs like fluoxetine, Prozac or venlafaxine, Effexor. While these meds help with mood, they can interfere with dopamine signaling, one of the key players in restless legs. Antipsychotics, used for conditions like bipolar disorder or schizophrenia, can also block dopamine receptors. Antihistamines, particularly the older, drowsy ones like diphenhydramine, Benadryl, often worsen RLS. Anti-nausea drugs like metoclopramide have been known to spark restless legs as well. But it's not just prescription drugs. Your lifestyle choices can fan the flames too. Caffeine, especially in the afternoon or evening, is a major stimulant. It ramps up the nervous system and makes it harder for your legs to stay still. Alcohol may feel relaxing at first, but it disrupts your sleep cycle and can lead to more intense RLS symptoms during the night. Nicotine from cigarettes or vapes also affects dopamine and blood flow, both factors that can aggravate restless legs. Even over-the-counter cold medications and sleep aids can be sneaky triggers. The solution? Talk to your doctor. Sometimes switching to a different class of medication can make a world of difference. And if lifestyle habits are playing a role, try cutting back on caffeine and alcohol for a couple of weeks to see if things improve. Sometimes healing your restless legs starts with taking a closer look at your medicine cabinet and your daily habits. This one's kind of ironic. Restless legs keep you from sleeping, but not getting enough sleep can actually make your restless legs worse. It's a vicious cycle, and it's one of the most frustrating parts of dealing with RLS. Here's what happens. When your body is overtired, your brain becomes more sensitive to any kind of nerve irritation or imbalance. That includes the weird, creepy, crawly sensations in your legs. On top of that, sleep deprivation messes with your dopamine system, reducing both the amount of dopamine you produce and how well your body responds to it. And it's not just about how much sleep you get, it's how you sleep that matters. Scrolling your phone or watching TV in bed exposes you to blue light, which suppresses melatonin and delays your ability to fall asleep. Eating too close to bedtime or drinking alcohol late in the evening can interfere with sleep cycles and trigger RLS symptoms. Sleeping at inconsistent times or pulling all-nighters throws off your circadian rhythm, the body's natural clock, making RLS flare-ups more likely. Poor sleep habits are one of the silent killers that sneak up on your nervous system. And once your brain gets used to bad sleep patterns, it becomes harder to get deep restorative rest, even if your legs weren't acting up. The fix? Practice good sleep hygiene. Stick to a regular sleep schedule. Power down screens an hour before bed. Keep your room cool and dark. Avoid stimulants and heavy meals before bedtime. Improving your sleep habits won't cure restless leg syndrome on its own, but it can help take the edge off. And in many cases, it breaks the cycle that keeps you trapped in sleepless nights and twitchy legs. Restless legs syndrome isn't just annoying, it's a signal from your body that something's out of balance. Whether it's low iron, dopamine issues, underlying health conditions, certain meds, or just bad sleep habits, your legs are trying to tell you something. The problem is, most people ignore these signs or chalk them up to just stress or getting older. But the truth is, restless leg syndrome can lead to long-term sleep deprivation, mental fatigue, and even increase your risk for heart issues, obesity, and depression if left unchecked. The good news? Once you identify the root cause, there's a path forward. Simple changes like adjusting your diet, reviewing your medications, or fixing your sleep routine can bring huge relief. If you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel for more health tips, silent body killers, and smart ways to listen to what your body's really telling you. Sleep better, live better. You've got this.